So what's your question?
Am I on the right path on the controller? And why do I have to put .all? When do I not put .all?
By the way, can you share your screen?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So your question is, are you on the right track?
Mm-hmm.
So for the index action, yes, you're on the right track. You named the variable advertisements because there can be multiple advertisements when you call advertisement at all. You called all correctly from the advertisement class. Yes, so you're on the right track.
Okay. Why do I call .all?
Why? Well, so for index, it's up to you what you want to extract from advertisements. I think in the case of this assignment, they want all the advertisements to show. And so that's why you're calling advertisements at all.
Could I call .where?
You could if you want. If you're looking for all advertisements with a specific attribute, then you use where.
So the variable, that's a variable, right?
Where or
all? Or
I
is that
wouldn't call them variables. I would consider them functions.
functions? Okay, so all these functions are, that's what a function is, just an action.
Sorry?
A function is just something that does something.
Yeah. A function or a method, that's what it does.
Okay. All right, I think, okay. Hold on. I think I'm just going through it, so. And then, what's ERB?
Oh, that's a good question. So actually, I need to look it up just to know what it exactly means. What the so it's I think it's probably an acronym.
I think it's environment Ruby.
That's right. Oh, ERB stands for embedded Ruby.
Embedded. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically, it's just like an HTML file, but before it becomes an HTML file, there's embedded Ruby in it. So the server evaluates the Ruby and renders whatever needs to be rendered in the HTML, and then it gets served as the HTML file. So again, the server, a website is an interaction between a server and a client, right? So what you have in your browser is your client, and then your server is somewhere in the cloud, or right now I'm running in your terminal, right? Carmichael, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is that you say, "Hey, server, give me index advertisements," right? Server says, "Okay." It takes that request, goes to the index action for advertisements, and then it pulls, in this case, it pulls index.html.erb. So while it's pulling index.html.erb, it's evaluating all the Ruby that's embedded in that file. And then when it's done in evaluating all the Ruby and printing everything out or whatnot, then it serves to you the HTML file that your browser is rendering.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's just how it kind of works between client and server.
Okay.
You sure you got it?
Where did you find that?
Where did I find that explanation?
Yeah.
I just kind of learned it. I don't know. back in the day, I guess.
Back in the day. I wonder if there's an actual like Techopedia. Have you heard of Techopedia?
Yeah, they're decent.
Okay, so it just evaluates what's being rendered.
So ERB, so right, just again, the server would, so for example, like here we have this post at each loop. And so what the server does, it evaluates the Ruby inside of those Ruby brackets, right? And so what it's going to do is that it's going to print out for all the posts the link tos, right? So the thing in between the each and the end, it's going to evaluate, like it's going to create a link for each post, right? And so when you get it in the browser, you get a ton of links, right?
So what's a link? What's a link?
Just like an href, you know, like
Okay, what's a post path?
what's the post path?
Mm-hmm.
The post path is so that when you click on the link, it gets you to the specific post, like another web page specifically for that specific post.
And then the post ID is in the database.
Yeah. And so the server takes that entire expression and renders it as like an href, right? So href, you know, a quote slash posts /1 end quote, and then it says like the title and then closes the anchor tag.
But post ID is in the database.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Post.id.
Yes.
Okay. I'm starting to get this. All right, sir.
Cool. I'm going to end this call or this broadcast.